Good afternoon, NEC sports fans. I'm Erin Bean with NEC Front Row, and we're back with another weekly Google Spotlight presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Today, we are previewing the 2014 Northeast Conference Women's Soccer Championship. The tournament will take place this weekend on the campus of Fairleigh Dickinson, and I am joined today by one of the NEC's top forward who knows University Stadium pretty well. She is a redshirt sophomore from Fairleigh Dickinson. So far this season, she is a four-time Player of the Week. She missed last season due to injury, so she's back better than ever. Currently, she ranks top 40 in the nation with 12 goals on the season. So, Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. This has been, quite a season for the Knights. Now that you've clinched that regular season title, what's going on campus? I feel like it's got to be pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy here. A lot of the athlete teams are great. They're very supportive. A lot of them come to our games and cheer us on, so it's all a great atmosphere overall here at FDU.
So last year, you guys played for the tournament, the regular season championship against St. Francis U. You were on the road in Loretto, a game that you guys did eventually lose. But this year, the roles were reversed. You had them coming to your place where you guys have had a lot of success this season. What was it like to clinch that first regular season title since 2004?
It was a great feeling for everyone on the team. A lot of the hard work that we went through paid off, and you can see it on the field when we're just fighting to get that win every single game. But yes, this season has been a great season so far.
So you guys have had 13 wins, a program record. You guys are hosting the NEC tournament for just the second time. We've really seen Fairleigh Dickinson women's soccer develop over the past couple years, and now with the new head coach, Eric Tepe, what do you think he brings to the table, and why has he been so crucial to the success of your team this year?
As players, he definitely knows our strengths and weaknesses. He knows what works best for us forwards, what works best for the defense, and he somehow just makes us all come together as one team, and it really works on the field.
So I've been able to watch some of the weekly reports that you guys do with the coach, and one thing that really resonated with me was when your senior came off the field in the game against St. Francis U, she said, "We're not done yet." And I guess that's really been kind of the mantra for Fairleigh Dickinson women's soccer this whole season. You guys have, it's only the second time you guys have had a regular season championship. You've only been in the tournament now 4 times, since 2002, 2004, and 2008. Just what has been the reason to your success, and how have you guys learned as a program, do you think? I mean, I know you weren't there in those earlier 2000s, but what have you guys learned since then?
We've definitely been together as a team for a long time, and I think that our relationship off the field helps us on the field in ways of knowing how each other plays, and I think that's a key in our success on the field.
So you guys have come in with a huge class of juniors. You guys have been playing together for such a long time. How have you guys really stepped into that leadership role since you don't have a senior class, or more than one person in the senior class?
Everyone has a role on the team, and I feel like everyone is just a lot of the girls on the team are just natural leaders. Like you have Amanda, Esther, and Katie in the midfield. Carly and Connie can even be leaders up top, and Felicia has developed to become a great leader in the back. She's spoken up a lot more. She's developed on the field after Sage has left, so it's been great seeing everyone just develop into a leadership role over the years.
So you talked a little bit about Amanda and your strong midfield and your strong backfield. So let's just say that you guys have had so much success at University Stadium. I can't find the stat right now, but you guys have had 3 overtime wins. Amanda Goulet has had 2 of those game-winning goals. You had the game-winning goal against Sacred Heart in the 99th minute. What do you think that will be a benefit that you guys are playing on your home field this weekend?
Yes, it definitely will be a benefit just because we're so used to be playing on this big field compared to the other schools. Also having, the home crowd at the games this weekend, I think it's going to be a really good asset to have this weekend for us.
So let's go a little bit into the tournament field. I'm just going to ask you a little bit about what the other three teams are, what they're about. So we have the top seed, obviously you guys. Then we have the second seed, Wagner, who tied you guys. That was their they were vying for that regular season title, and they needed you guys to lose, which of course you didn't. Just give me a couple things to say about Wagner.
That game at Wagner was a little tough for us. I think we controlled most of that game. Their goal that they got was just an unlucky goal, and there was a couple of chances where we should have put the ball in the net, so it was just an unlucky game. But we were happy to tie that game and still be the top-seeded team.
All right, so let's move on to Central Connecticut. They're the 3 seed. They actually lost to St. Francis U and to Wagner. Give us a little bit of an idea of what they're going to be giving us this weekend.
I feel like CCSU and Wagner are going to be a great match on Friday. When we played at CCSU, we also had an unlucky game at their home turf. They knew how to shut our forwards down, and it was just overall a tough game. They really came out that night.
All right, so then we have the 4 seed, St. Francis U, the defending champion, who really snuck into this tournament. You recently played them, so they're fresh in your mind. Do you think that that's gonna, be a challenge since you did just play them this weekend?
Yeah, I feel like this game on Friday against them could go either way, just because they know how we play now and they know our strengths and our weaknesses. So
tell me a little bit about NEC women's soccer. We have every year it seems to come down to the last weekend, who's going to be our champion, who's going to make the tournament. Just how have you seen, the sport grow in your short time at Fairleigh Dickinson?
The competitive atmosphere is absolutely great, and I love it. It's different every year. Like St. Francis, they won. LIU was close to winning, and now this year we're the biggest threat in the NEC. So it's really interesting to see how these teams can change over the years.
So my last question for you that's become a tradition on our weekly spotlights is if you had one word to describe to describe Fairleigh Dickinson women's soccer, what would it be and why?
I definitely think you could call us a bunch of fighters because we always find a way to win a game in the last seconds, last minute of a lot of games. So, yeah, fighters is a good word for us.
All right, and you'll be fighting this weekend for that NEC championship crown. Again, just to kind of review for everyone, the championship is on Friday and Sunday. There will be 2 semifinals. The first match will be the regular season champions, Fairleigh Dickinson, against the number 4 seeded St. Francis U at 11 o'clock. Then at 2 o'clock, we will have Wagner and Central Connecticut. Both games will air live on NEC Front Row. Then on Sunday, it'll all come down to the championship game at 12 o'clock noon. It'll be between the 2 winners from the semifinals. So be sure to tune in to NEC Front Row, or if you are in the Teaneck, New Jersey area, we hope to see you there. So Rachel, thank you so much for joining us. I really enjoyed getting a chance to speak with you.
Thank you.
All right, good luck this weekend, and this has been another Geico Weekly Google Spotlight. I'm Erin Bean with NEC Front Row, and we'll be back next week.